Namaste children. In this video, let us find the area of triangle having vertices A x1 comma y1 and B x2 comma y2, C x3 comma y3 by the method of integration. Okay, so here the method what we are going to do is by the area of triangle having vertices A, B, C by integration method. Okay, so let me complete the question by the method of integration. Okay, fine. So two things first let us recollect. What is the area of triangle having the vertices x1, y1, x2, y2 and x3, y3? Area of triangle formula is nothing but A is equals to half mod x1 of y2 minus y3 plus x2 of y3 minus y1 plus x3 of y1 minus y2. So this is area of triangle formula. So this formula now we are going to derive using integration. Now another thing what you have to recollect now is what is this integration represents integration of A to B f of x dx. So what does it represent? Integration of A to B f of x dx. It represents area. Okay, let me draw here. Area formed by the curve f of x. Let this is the curve f of x between the lines x is equals to A and x is equal to B. This is x is equals to A and x is equal to B with the positive direction of x-axis. So that is the meaning of integration of A to B f of x dx. Let me repeat. Integration of A to B f of x dx represents area formed by the curve f of x, or we can say f of x is equal to y. So area formed by the curve f of x, this is the curve, between the lines x is equals to A and x is equal to B. These are the two lines with the positive direction of x-axis. Okay. Now let us use these two concepts, that is this integration concept, and we are going to derive this area. Now, so for this, let me join first, draw a line from, this is C vertex. So let me again once again, the C vertex is gone. Okay, this is vertex C. Okay, now let me drop a perpendicular from these points from C to this one and x-axis from B to x-axis, then from A to x-axis perpendiculars. Okay, now using this formula, one more thing let me write here. Now this point is nothing but x1, right? Because this vertices is x1 comma y1 and this point is nothing but x2 and this is x3. So now what is this area will be? Let me shade and show the area. So I'll be shading with the help of, okay, fine. Yeah, so I shaded with red color. So this area, if I want to represent through integration, so I will write that area as, that is this red color area. It is nothing but integration of, using that integration formula, integration of the area covered by the curve BC. Here the curve BC is nothing but line BC. The curve BC, the curve is line here. Between the lines, here the line, this is nothing but x is equals to x2, this line. So between the lines, x is equals to x2. In your formula A to B, here it is x2 to the line, blue color line, which is x3. So the line between the line x2 to x3. So the red color area is nothing but integration of the curve is the line BC between the line x is equal to x2 and x is equal to x3 with the x-axis. So we wrote the first integration. Now let me see the next part. So I will shade that one with another color. Let me use a green. Now let us see what is this area represents. This area using integration. So this area can be written as integration of, now the curve is line AB. So the line AB between the two lines x is equal to x1 and x is equal to x2. So this is nothing but x1 to x2 integration. x1 to x2 with the positive direction of x-axis. So these two areas are giving the complete area. But which is our required area? So our required area is nothing but this part. That is purple color. What I'm doing. Only this area I need. This is our required area. So this is unnecessary. That is this area we don't want. So this area from these two area addition. So with these two area addition, if I subtract this particular area, so how can we write that area? So that area can be written as this particular area. It is nothing but integration of, it is between x1 to x3. So between x1 to x3, the line is AC. So the last area, the line area which I am going to subtract is nothing but the area formed by the curve. The curve is here line AC with positive direction of x-axis between the two lines x1 to x3. This is the line x3 and this is the line x1. Okay, between the line x1 and x3. So now we framed what we have to integrate. I hope you understood after this. So now let us do the integration part. Okay, here after the part is only simplification. So you should do simplification without any mistakes. If you do simplification without any mistakes, we can get this area of triangle formula. Okay, now, so in order we will go. First, let me do this particular part. So that this part, this is x1 to x2, it is starting now. So if I'll do this particular part, no need of doing other things. We can just, these are all the expressions that exist in cyclic way. So we can just replace the values. So let me see how to get first line AB. Now, how can we find the equation of a straight line? Having passing through 2 points x1, y1, x2, y2. Here the 2 points are x1, y1, x2, y2 only. So directly I'm going to use the equation of straight line passing through 2 points x1, y1 and x2, y2, which is nothing but y minus y1 is equals to slope m of x minus x1. Here my slope is nothing but again y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Right? Okay. Into, this is the slope, into x minus x1. So this is the equation of the line AB. So let me write it in the form of y is equals to mx plus c. So that this f of x is nothing but my y value. So I need this y value. So y is equals to, from this, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 of x minus x1. Okay, let me split this. This term is y is equal to this into x, first term. Okay, now my second term will be the whole thing into x1, right? So in between minus symbol is there. So I can write plus, afterwards also I can use the minus with x1. So second term is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 of this minus x1. And I am bringing this y1 to this side plus y1. So nothing I have done, children, here. I have brought this y1 to right hand side. And another thing is I just split this y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x, because this whole thing is x term and this all are constant term. So it is in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. This is the x coefficient and this is the constant term. Now this is the equation of the line BC, which I'm going to substitute in the place line AB. That is here f of x place. Okay. And it is varying from x is equal to a to b, means here x is equal to x1 to x2. Clear, children? Okay. So I'm continuing in the next page. So let me take down what we have written there. So I'm doing first the line AB. The line AB we are doing. And the line AB is, let me check here. It is varying from, the line AB is from x is equal to x1 to x2. So my integration is from x1 to x2. Integration is from x1 to x2. Now what we got the line equation, let me substitute here. That is y is equal to f of x. So x1 to x2 of the line equation, let me see once. Y is equals to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x. That is the x term. So y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 of x. This is my mx term. Now constant term, if you see the same y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 of minus x1 will be there, plus from that side we bought one y1. So if you want, you can check it once again. So it is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 of minus x1 plus y1. This is the constant term. This also I'm going to integrate. So let me write the integration separately. This part is one part and plus integration of this whole thing into dx. See, it looks so big, but it's very simple to do because maximum terms are constant terms. You can see the whole thing, this is constant for you. So I can take that constant completely outside. So it is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 of, you need only integration of x dx here. And coming to this part here also, this completely everything is constant. So let me simplify also in this step. So it is y2 into minus x1. So y2 into, okay, let y2 into x1, which is minus y2 x1. Let me put bracket here, integration is there, and here one bracket I will keep, minus y2 x1 plus y1 x1, right? Divided, let me do this one also, LCM I'm taking. So x2 y1, x2 into y1 minus x1 y1. So I'm just doing the simplification part. Remember, all these are constant values. There is no variable in this, of dx. So some terms I think getting cancelling. X1 y1 is getting cancelling. So this particular part is simplified as integration of, I can take the common outside here as, let me write always x term in the front. So you can, it will be the clarity. You'll have some clarity to proceed. Okay. So now the last, this part I'm writing it as plus here. The constant term I'm trying to outside, take outside from this. So x2 y1 is constant for me. Okay. So x2 y1 minus x1 y2 divided by x2 minus x1. So this is completely constant. So I'm left over only with dx here. And coming to first term, let me write one more time. This first term is, we have taken already y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 of integration of x dx. And let me write the limits also. Now this is for the second integral. So my limits are varying from x1 to x2 for both. x1 to x2. So now what is the integration here? So now this is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Integration of x dx is nothing but x square by 2. So x square by 2, and the limits are varying from x1 to x2. And coming to second part, plus the complete constant is nothing but x2 y1 minus x1 y2 divided by x2 minus x1 of integration of dx. This is integration part here. So integration of dx is nothing but x, and the limits are varying from x1 to x2. Right? So let me continue here only. So I will have this constant is there, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 of, when I will apply the limits, x2 square minus x1 square, the limits will be applied. Okay, to make you understand, let me use some other color. So this one is nothing but upper limit minus lower limit, x2 square minus x1 square, right? And this places I will have x2 y1. It's nothing but x2 y1 minus x1. I think I have done mistake. Yeah, x1 y2. Be careful, children. x1 y2 divided by x2 minus x1, and applying the limits, x2 minus, in the place of x, it is x2 minus x1. Now let us see what terms will get cancelled. This x2 minus x1 will get cancelled. And here if I write a square minus b square as a minus b of a plus b, again that x2 minus x1 will get cancelled, x2 plus x1 here. So after cancelling all these terms, the final answer I'm writing here, the first integration, the line, this integration answer is nothing but y2 minus y1 of this part. Here x2 minus x1 I cancelled, x2 plus x1. And by 2 is there, remember children, here by 2 is there, so 1 by 2 is there here, this by 2 is there. So the whole thing for this is I'm having divided by 2. And my second term is just x2 y1. So this is plus, let me just keep one line to understand that I am continuing here. This is one line. Yeah. So now plus, this is nothing but x2, last term I am writing here, this term. x2 y1 minus x1 y2. So if I simplify this one, this is by 2 is there. So I will get the terms. My first term is always right while writing x as the first term. x2 y2. Next, x plus x1 y2. Next, minus x2 y1 minus x1 y1. Now here I am taking LCM and I am adding with this. So I should multiply 2 with these terms. So plus 2x2 y1 minus 2x1 y2. Yes, children. So which terms are getting cancelled here? If you see, not cancelling. So the overall here, anyhow I'll write in the next page also again this part. So overall, if you see this x2 y2, only one term is there, x1 y1 one term is there, these two. Now here x1 y2 minus 2x1 y2 is there. So only minus 1x1 y2. Now here x2 y1 plus 2x1 to x2 y1 minus x2 y1. So the complete integration of x1 to x2, the line AB is nothing but, I'm writing in the next page. So x2 y2 first I will write, minus x1 y1 I will write. So x2 y2 minus x1 y1. Let me go back and check again. x2 y2 minus x1 y1. I said now this x1 y2 minus 2x1 y2. It will give you minus x1 y2. These two terms, this and this term. So minus x1 y2. Okay. So minus x1 y2. Next, I hope I have written correct only. Let me check x1 y2 term. Plus x1 y2 minus 2x1 y2. I will get minus x1 y2. Now grouping these two terms, it is minus x2 y1 plus 2x2 y1. So only plus x2 y1 I will get. So plus x2 y1, and remember everything half is there outside, 1 by 2. This is the first integral value. Hope you understood, all of you. So just this simplification, x2 y2, the whole thing is by 2 is there here. So x2 y2 x1 y1 I have written as it is, and this plus x1 y2 and minus 2 x1 y2 can be grouped like terms, and plus 2 x2 y1 minus x2 y1 can be grouped. So which one answer we got now? The line AB, sorry, the line AB. So this full value we have got with the help of integration, everything. So now if you observe this, line AB is like x1 to x2 for you, right? x1 to x2. Now the x line BC is x2 to x3. You no need to derive everything now. In the answer, what did you get? Just to replace this. See, this one is x1 to x2. This is x2 to x3. So x1 place replace x2, x2 place replace x3. You will get the answer for this second part. Okay. So let me do this part directly by seeing it. So integration of x2 to x3 line BC I'm going to write now. So integration of x2 to, let me write here, x2 to x3, the line BC. Okay, children. So what I said, just replace x1 place by, this one is which one answer? This one is answer of integration of x1 to x2 line AB. Right? This one answer. So what is the difference? If you see x1 place, I should replace x2, and x2 place, I should replace x3 in the final answer. So I will get the next one is, this should be added half of x2 place, I said x3. So x3 y2 place y3, x3 y3, and x1 y1 place x2 y2 should come. x2 y2 minus again x1 place x2, y2 place y3 plus x2 place x3, y1 place y2. This is second one answer. So that much big derivation you don't need to do again, second one answer. Now what is our third requirement? Let me see the third one. The third one is the line AC. So look at the line AC from A to C. So the values is x1 to x3. So let me go back to the place. X1 to X3. So the last one is X1 to X3. The line AC. So just to compare this with the first one only. X1 place is as it is X1. And X2 place you replace as X3. You can compare like that, or you can go with this line also. Anyway, if you do, both are same. You can replace X2 by X1. No, go with this one. It is better because only one you are changing. So don't change X1. Change X2 as X3 enough. And third part has to be subtracted as you have seen. So half into bracket. So now X3 place what you should do here. Wherever the see. X1 to X2. This is first one you should see. So in the X1 place, you should substitute as X1 only. And wherever you are seeing X2, you should replace as X3. From first one you are doing. So it is X3, Y3. This part. X2 should be changed as X3, Y3. Right? So X3, Y3 minus X1, Y1 should be changed as no change. As it is. X1, Y1. Next. Minus X1, Y2. So X1, no change. Y2 as changed as Y3. So X1, Y3 plus X2 should be changed as X3. There is no change in Y1. So from this we have written all these things. Now that you are left over only with the simplification part, and let us see whether you are able to get the formula. So half is outside. So everything is half mod. Okay. So this is modulus of, we will start area of triangle. So X2, everything half I have taken outside. So which terms will get cancelled? Let us see. Here one minus X1, Y1 is there. So it should get cancelled with, yeah, here minus into minus. This will come. Okay. Here outside minus is there. Here minus is there. So this X1, Y1 cancel. Now plus X2, Y2 is there. Minus X2, Y2 is there. Cancel this term. Right? Next. Now X3, Y3. X3, Y3 term. Here minus X3, Y3. Somewhere you will have plus X3. Yes, here. Plus X3, Y3. Cancel. This outside minus is there. Remember, children. So now you are left over with the terms minus X1, Y2. Minus X1, Y2. Plus X2, Y1. And here minus X2, Y3. Plus X3, Y2. And here minus sign is there outside. Remember, minus X1, Y3. Sorry, minus into minus, here plus it will become plus X1, Y3 and minus X3, Y1. So let me arrange and see, are we able to get the area formula? Remember, modulus will be written from the beginning onwards. Even integration area formula, you will have modulus. So I didn't put the modulus here. Everywhere we can, area is always modulus. So from the beginning, we can go with the modulus. So whether we should check now whether this formula we are getting or not. Okay, so I'm going to just arrange the terms. So half is there, half mod X1 into, here let me take X1 outside. So this minus is there, remember. So X1 into, I'm getting minus Y2 and X1 term anywhere, yes, here, plus Y3. And let me take, so these two terms over. Now I'm taking X2 common outside. If I take X2 common outside, I will get Y1. This is Y1. And then I took X2 common outside. So Y1 minus Y3. So this term is also over X2 term. Now I am taking X3 common outside. So I'll be getting Y2 minus Y1. The only difference between the formula, what you have is X1 into Y2 minus Y3 will be there. So it is not a big difference, big deal. So we can just, I'm going to change, look at here. This one I will take minus sign. Since the modulus is there, what happens? Half mod. This is minus sign I will take outside from this. So it will be X1 of Y2 minus Y3. You should make sure everywhere you should take minus sign outside. So this is also minus sign outside. So everywhere minus I am taking outside. Meaning. So plus X2 of Y3 minus Y1 plus X3 of Y1 minus Y2. So even though I have taken the minus sign, I have not written the minus sign here, means everywhere I took the minus sign outside. Modulus of minus will become again positive only. So we derived the required formula, area of triangle. You can check it with the area of triangle formula. This is same as this formula using the method of integration. Hope you understood, children.